James of JC Motorworks. Got Adam Brown here from Brown's Rod and Customs.
How you doing, guys?
Their beautiful 1973 Volkswagen thing over here to my right. They brought this thing all the way up here to Louisville, Kentucky for the Street Rod Nationals from Florida. So, Adam, what made you decide to restore a 1973 Volkswagen thing?
Well, my wife, long story, but I went to buy her a 73 Super Beetle convertible, and this was sitting in the backyard, and I had never even seen a Volkswagen thing at that point, but I liked it, and I asked the guy what he was going to do with it, because they had a tree growing out of the middle of it, and it was terrible, and he told me he's going to cut it in half the next day and get rid of it, and I said, no, you're not. And $300 later, I had a Volkswagen thing, and it sat for 2 years in the garage, and then we decided to do this YouTube thing, and this was our first build, so that's kind of how we did it. And I fell in love with it, because to be honest, I didn't even know what parts I needed. I didn't know anything about a thing. I had to research it and do the whole deal, so yeah, that's how we got going.
How long from start to finish did it take you to totally get it to this point?
About 1.5 years. And honestly, that should be about a year. I stopped on it for about 4 months. We were building other things, but not things, but other cars. And yeah, so really about 14 months, about what it took to build this from start to finish. And most of that was trying to find parts, waiting for parts to show up, that kind of thing. It, you know, even if you had the money to do it, you still got to find the parts, and you got to go get them and do all that. So,
okay, you know, is there any advice you would like to give to anyone who's deciding to get into restoring an old Volkswagen?
1 second.
1 second.
Buy a new wiring harness. Okay, that would be my biggest one. I stuck with the factory wiring harness in this, and we figured it out. But the schematic that you buy from like the thing shop, that's like a poster you hang on your wall, it's about 3/4 of the way right. But the difference is they sell different models, I guess, of hazard switches and headlight switches, and that's where the bulk of your wiring goes. And the sequencing of where you put all those matters, or you're just going to keep blowing fuses. And that was my big downfall. It took me about a month to figure that out. I finally got the thing shop to send me an actual hazard switch that had directions and a wiring schematic. And then it was quick. I mean, I had everything there. It was just plug it in. But that and the corner marker lights, okay? Don't buy the cheap Chinese corner marker lights. Buy the OEM stuff. That corner marker light, I had a dead short because the actual casting of it of the housing was wrong. So I had a subscriber to my YouTube channel actually send me these, a factory set that were good, and it fixed all my wiring problems. So, but it was right there on that corner marker. But yeah, something super simple you wouldn't think of, but it really, really matters. That'd be really, it was all wiring stuff. Everything else was pretty basic.
And which engine did you decide to go with in this car?
So I went with a stock 1600 dual port, and then I put a J-Bugs, I think it's a 74 PIX 3 carburetor, the MP alternator, chrome alternator kit, converted to 12 volt, and then what else I do? I did a new MP intake manifold, just a stock style, because my heat riser was clogged on the one I had. And then, what else did I do? I put the MP distributor on it, electronic distributor. And I just did that basically to keep it reliable. It's never gonna be fast, and I know that. It was more of, it needs to just be cool and go down the road and do what it needs to do. You know, so safe and reliable. It is what it is. 60 miles an hour downhill. You know.
And what radio did you decide to put in it?
Ooh, so yeah, and he'll show you this in a second. So I bought the Thing Shop glove box door with the radio slot next to it. Okay, And then I went with a in-dash. It's a floating screen. I believe it's a 10-inch floating screen. I went Boss Audio. You can use about any of them, but it fits perfect. But it gives me Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, navigation, Bluetooth, all the things. So you actually have what you would have in a new car for the most part in this. And then I use Memphis Audio speakers. And on the rear, and you'll show them this in a second,
Yep.
but where the speakers are mounted into were from the Thing Shop, but I cut them out. But I bought the thinner Memphis Audio speakers. They're not as deep. They're kind of shallow. And that would be the only speaker that's going to fit in there without protruding out. So that's what I did. Kind of ran the wires and did it. So yeah,
All right.
it's fun.
Well, thank you, Adam.
Absolutely.
Very much. Would you like to share your YouTube channel and your website with my viewers?
Check us out, Brown's Rod and Custom at YouTube. We're also on TikTok at Brown's Rod and Custom. We're currently building all kinds of cars. The Volkswagen Thing you can see there from day one. We film every day. And we're also doing a 1958 Chevy Apache, a 65 Chevy Chevelle Malibu SS, and a 44 two-door sedan at the moment. And there's plenty more cars coming, but for now, that's where we're at. But if you're looking for Thing merch, check out brownsrodandcustom.com. We've got all kinds of Volkswagen Thing shirts and whatnot my wife made. They're pretty slick. You actually bought one, it's not here yet.
Yep, I bought one. It didn't arrive before today.
I was wearing mine yesterday, but yeah, check it out. I think you guys will like it.
All righty. Thank you, Adam.
All right, guys.
Now I'm going to show you the car.